Hi children, hope you all are doing well. Children, today we shall start a new lesson from our English textbook First Flight. Actually, this lesson is the continuation of the previous chapter, The 100 Dresses 1. The title of the lesson is The 100 Dresses 2 from El Besor Esther. So make sure that you have your textbook with you. We move on to the first paragraph. While the class was circling the room, the monitor from the principal's office brought Miss Mason a note. Miss Mason read it several times and studied it thoughtfully for a while. Then she clapped her hands. Attention class, everyone back to their seat. Actually, the children of room 13 were circling the classroom for seeing Vanda's beautiful drawings or Vanda's beautiful paintings. Then a man came and handed a note to Miss Mason. Miss Mason read the note very thoughtfully and carefully, and after that she said that, attention class, everyone back to their seat. When the shuffling of feet had stopped and the room was still and quiet, Miss Mason said, I have a letter from Vanda's father that I want to read to you. Actually, the note came from the principal's office was a letter from Vanda's father, Vanda Petronsky's father. Miss Mason stood there a moment, and the silence in the room grew tense and expectant. We have got two words from this sentence. The first one is tense, T-E-N-S-E, tense. Actually, the meaning of the word tense is anxiety or nervousness. Here, the author says that the children or the students of room 13 became anxious or nervous. So, the teacher adjusted her glasses slowly and deliberately. So, deliberately, here we have got another new word, that is deliberately. Deliberately means intentionally. Her manner indicated that what was coming, this letter from Vanda's father, was a matter of great importance. Actually, all the children, all the students of room 13 is very nervous or anxious about this letter. Everybody listened closely as Miss Mason read the brief note. Actually, everybody listened very carefully and closely what Miss Mason is going to say or read. So the letter starts like this. Dear teacher, my Vanda will not come to your school anymore. Jake also. Now we move away to big city. No more holler Polak. No more ask why funny name. Plenty of funny names in the big city. Yours truly, Jan Petronsky. Actually, this is the content of Vandas Petronsky's father's letter. So here the word holler Polak means a loud cry or shout. Okay, that is holler Polak. So here Vanda Petronsky's father says that no more harassment, no more cruel games. Silence met the reading of this letter. Miss Mason took off her glasses, blew on them, and wiped them on her soft white handkerchief. Then she put them on again and looked at the class. When she spoke, her voice was very low. Actually, a sad thing has happened here. So Miss Mason was very sad, and she continued in a low voice. I am sure that none of the boys and girls in room 13 would purposely and deliberately hurt anyone's feelings because his or her name happened to be a long unfamiliar one. So you all are good children. You didn't do this thing intentionally or deliberately, it just happened. So I prefer to think that what said was said in thoughtlessness. Thoughtlessness, the word thoughtlessness here means without thinking. Okay, I know that all of you feel the way I do, that this is a very unfortunate thing to have happened, unfortunate and sad both, and I want you all to think about it. I feel regret or remorse. So I hope or I think that you all are feeling the same way. The first period was a study period. Maddie tried to prepare her lessons, but she could not put her mind on her work. She had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. True, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in her closet, but she had said nothing. So the first period was a study period, and Maddie tried to prepare her lessons. Maddie tried to prepare her lessons, but she couldn't concentrate on her work. So she had a very sick feeling in the bottom of her stomach. True, she had not enjoyed listening to Peggy ask Wanda how many dresses she had in her closet, but she had said nothing. So here, Maddie thinks that she didn't do anything wrong to Wanda Petronsky, but she was a silent partner in that group. She had stood by silently, and that was just as bad as what Peggy had done. Worse. So she was a coward. Coward means at least Peggy hadn't considered they were being mean, but she, Maddie, had thought they were doing wrong. She could put herself in Vanda's shoes. So at least Peggy hadn't considered they were being mean, but she, Maddie, had thought they were doing wrong. When Peggy started this game, Maddie knew that it was a bad thing. She could put herself in Vanda's shoes. Actually, we have already learned that Maddie was a poor girl as Vanda Petronsky. Goodness, wasn't there anything she could do? If only she could tell Wanda she hadn't meant to hurt her feelings. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy, but Peggy did not look up. So, wasn't there anything she could do? If only she could tell Wanda she hadn't meant to hurt her feelings. So, Maddie thinks that she should meet Wanda and say a sorry to Wanda. Okay. She turned around and stole a glance at Peggy, but Peggy did not look up. She seemed to be studying hard. Well, whether Peggy felt badly or not, she, Maddie, had to do something. She had to find Wanda Petronsky. Maybe she had not yet moved away. So, Maddie decided that she is going to meet Wanda Petronsky and say a sorry to Wanda for what was happened, with or without Peggy. Maybe Peggy would climb the heights with her and they would tell Wanda she had won the contest, that they thought she was smart and the 100 dresses were beautiful. So, Maddie decided that she should meet Wanda. When she meets Wanda, she would say that Wanda had won the contest. We stop today's class here. Children, I hope you all would have understood what we have discussed here today. Thank you for watching, children. Have a great day. Thank you.